All right, so we are doing foundations in personal finance through the Ramsey Classroom. We are doing it this way because it is a much more in-depth teaching tool. It goes into things like not just balancing a checkbook or their checking accounts, but credit cards, debt, auto loans, real estate, paying for their school, saving for retirement, saving for an emergency fund, giving, just about anything you can think of when it comes to personal finance that they will need in their adult lives, which is pertinent for seniors as next year they will be either going to school or starting their careers, hopefully. So we're going to share a video that kind of explains what the program is about. So I know this is a long video, so I'm going to skip it. Okay, so now that we are in Chromebooks and you will log into Ramsey Classroom, you've been given your user ID and password. Now that you're in, we will click on Create Class, which is on the upper right side of your dashboard. Now, some of you will have multiple classrooms, and we'll get to that in a minute. So you're going to choose your curriculum, which in this case is going to be Foundations in Personal Finance. So you will enter your start date, which is the first day of the semester, your end date, which is the last day of the semester, the section, which is the class period that you're going to be setting up. And like I said, some of you may have 1, 2, or 3 classrooms. So make sure you divide those up into each classroom. And then the term will be spring or fall. Okay, once you have your classroom set up and your students come in, you are going to have them, you're going to give them the unique class code, which is on your Dave Ramsey classroom dashboard. You will have the students log into or go to ramseyclassroom.com/#create-account, have them enter that class code, and then a screen will pop out to put their first and last name, their school email address, and then they will create a password that they will hopefully not forget. If they do, you will have to reset their password. And that can be a lengthy process, a couple minutes per kid, 2 or 3 kids per class. You're looking at a bit of time that's taken out of your teaching time. All right, so once they log into Ramsey Classroom, they will see a bunch of chapters pop up, and under each chapter there are multiple lessons. And the first thing that pops up is a video, and that has Ramsey education personalities talking about what it is they are going to be learning, giving some personal anecdotes and lessons that they have learned. So after the video, you will teach the lesson using the textbook as a guide. Once you click on textbook, something like this will pop up, and you'll scroll down, you'll see more stuff. But the main thing is, as the learning objectives, main idea, key terms, you're going to just hit the highlights. Don't read it verbatim. Use some personal anecdotes that might help drive home point. There are some key statistics that will show up in the textbook that might help drive home the point that's trying to be made. So share those. Don't take forever on the textbook. Like I said, just hit the main ideas. It's somewhat of a repeat of what was on the video, just worded differently. Now, at the bottom of the textbook, when they scroll down, there is a journal that they will need to write in 2, 3, 4 sentences, whatever. And they'll click on if they remember these things. and how they feel about their confidence in whether they understood the lesson or not. And they will submit that. Now, there's also an activity to each lesson. And what they will do is when they click on activity, this screen will show up and they will click on download activity. Each activity is obviously different, but the main idea is here they will fill out whatever the answers to the questions are that they are working with. And at the bottom there's a button that says submit. Do not have them submit. If they submit, you will not see any of the answers. It just says that they did it, and that's all. So what we are having them do is right up here, there's a download button. So when they hit that, they will save it as a PDF on their Chromebooks, and then they will upload that PDF into Google Classroom, where you will be able to access it and grade it to make sure that they understand what it is that they are learning. Now, each chapter has a pre-test and a post-test. They are exactly the same, all the same questions. The only difference is the order of questions. Obviously, they will not do well on the pre-tests. They might get a couple questions right, maybe a few more. It's usually 25 to 30 questions. And so at the end of the chapter, before you do the pre-test, if they go look at the post-test, it gives them all the questions. And then they can go and hopefully remember what the correct answers are, but they will at least know the questions, so that they will hopefully do much better on the post-test. Now, the Ramsey Classroom will automatically grade the tests. They will automatically grade that they have completed the journals. We're not doing actual grades on those, just participation, pass or fail. Now, on the uploaded assignments, you'll look at those, you'll grade those, and we are not going to put in individual grades into the grade book because there are so many activities and everything else. So you're just going to add it all up at the end of each chapter. We've got permission from the principal, Mr. J, and you can just put one grade for each chapter in, which there's 13 chapters in all. Now, if you are having any issues, say for instance we had a couple issues with students not being able to log in, not just because of their password, but their user ID is not being recognized, and if you delete them and reset them up, it's still not recognizing them. So what you can do is on the upper right hand of your screen, under your name, you'll see this arrow. Click on that, click on help. This screen will pop up. You go to teacher support. This screen will pop up, and you will click on a category, and then questions will pop up under each category. And if you are not able to get a good answer from those, you can click on submit a request, fill out this form, and submit. Now, personal experience is that Ramsey, usually they reply in 2 to 3 hours. So if something happens early in the day, you'll get notice later by the end of the day. And if you are still unable to get an answer through this, they will give you a phone number to call, or you can give your phone number and a time that's good to call, say for instance during your planning period, and they will call and try to walk you through it and hopefully resolve the issues. So far, every issue we've had, they've been able to resolve for us. Sometimes it actually means them having to go into something and access the student's account or our account to fix whatever the problem is. But they're really good at it. So good luck this semester, and teaching the students with this. It's a fun course by the looks of it.